What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ian K back again with another one for you. This time over at good old Wendy's, guys, to take a look at their latest promo, which happens to be a very fun-looking collab. And if the stickers on the outside of this paper are any indication, I think we're going to be in for a very good time. Good old SpongeBob SquarePants is teaming up with Wendy's for what they're calling the Krabby Patty collab. And I gotta say, this is looking pretty cool. So we've got some fun stuff to look into, and of course, I'm excited about this Frosty over here. A very lovely situation for sure. We're definitely going under the sea for this one, as you can see on screen. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So sit tight, because after this quick intro coming up, you're about to peep this out.
Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Yes, sir, you gotta love some Wendy's goodness dressed up with a little SpongeBob SquarePants action over here, guys. This is pretty cool, I have to admit. And with this little sticker pack they gave me here, this is looking pretty nice. Obviously, they're gonna be pushing the show on Paramount Plus, gonna give you 30 days free to give this a shot. So very nice, and again, the stickers are really, really cool. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at this collabo naturally there. We'll sample some of the good stuff. And of course, I'm gonna give you the breakdown as we get further on in here. But let's just start off with a very healthy portion of natural cut sea salt fries, guys. A beautiful situation here. The Wendy's fries are always banging, and of course they've got the skin on them, which is pretty nice. Let's just go for a few there. I know it's having trouble focusing in because it's so close. There we go. Let's just get into this, and of course the burger itself, it's got something special for it's there, so hang on one second. Good stuff. Come on. It's Wendy's. It's crispy. These are hot and fresh at the same time. Definitely digging that. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. This is basically looking like a Dave single, but it's got something special with it in the form of what they're calling a super special secret sauce, or Krabby Patty sauce, if so to speak there, I guess. But it's looking pretty tasty. Look at that cheese action right over there. A lovely situation. Let's go for a bite and see exactly how secret the sauce is. See if I can kind of hopefully see what it is. They wouldn't tell me what it is. It's just a secret sauce. So here we go, guys. This is what they're calling the Krabby Patty burger, part of the Krabby Patty collab over here at Wendy's for SpongeBob SquarePants. Let's peep this out. Okay. I see you, Wendy's. You know, I don't know why, but this is kind of reminding me of like a Thousand Island dressing with a little bit of extra zip to it there. It's got a little bit of sizzle, but nothing crazy, but it's definitely heightened, almost like a burger sauce. But I have to say it goes pretty nicely with everything here, guys. That quarter pound of beef is looking pretty amazing with it. And I have to say overall, again, it does feel like a Dave single after all. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because obviously that's a banging situation, even with a little bit of an extra sauce. So in terms of the full breakdown on what we've got with this collab here, take a look at what is coming up on screen for you right now. Obviously with the natural cut sea salt fries, a beautiful situation there. You gotta love the skin on those things. Very nice, very fresh. And as for what they're calling the Krabby Patty collab burger, what we've got here is a nice toasted bun, and underneath it, we've got a combination of that super special secret sauce. We've got some tomato, we've got some lettuce, we've got some onions, we've got some pickles, we've got some American cheese, and that's all on top of their fresh, never frozen beef, a quarter pound of that action. And I gotta say, a lovely situation. So looking pretty nice, and obviously it's nice and juicy, nice and fresh. Definitely a tasty burger for sure. Regardless of what they call it, still pretty good. Off to the side, and for dessert to round this one out, we've got the Pineapple Under the Sea Frosty, which is basically their classic vanilla Frosty that I've actually never reviewed. And in this case, it's going to have a little combination of pineapple puree on the bottom of it. So we'll make sure to get into that and whip it up a bit. But a very lovely situation, and again, it really fits the theme of good old SpongeBob SquarePants. A lovely deal indeed for what they're calling the Krabby Patty collab. Very nice. And one thing I forgot to mention with that super secret sauce, aka the Krabby Patty secret sauce, I guess, it's a little bit more of a zippier type of situation, but the sweetness is absolutely elevated. So it actually is very, very sweet, but I'm loving the fact that it really dovetails beautifully into all the other flavors of the classic goodness over here for Wendy's. This is still a very tasty burger on its own. Very tasty. Let's go for a couple of more quick bites before we get into that Pineapple Under the Sea Frosty situation. I can't wait for that. Hang on. I was in the mood for this right now. This is good. So yeah, guys, a super fun collab with this one already, guys. Before we even get into that Frosty, I gotta say, a very lovely thing indeed. Price point wise, it's a little over $10 for this meal here in Southern Cali. So that's not too bad for what you're getting here. And again, it's nice and fresh, nice and tasty. Let's go for one more bite, and we're definitely gonna be going further under the sea with that Pineapple Frosty situation. Hang on one sec. All right, very tasty on this, guys. And I'm really kind of surprised I'm holding my breath as long as I am, since we are technically under the sea, so to speak, here for this review. Let me actually get this open over here. And this is already kind of melting. I'm going to kind of whip this up, because what you're going to see on the very bottom is that puree of pineapple goodness right there. So let me get this going here. We'll get this mixed in. And yeah, this is still, it's super hot here. Even underwater, it is crazy hot here in Southern Cali today. But there we go. We've got that puree action over there. Let me get a little of that and lift this up. And we'll give this a try. Hopefully that's staying focused for you right there. Let's give this a shot. Classic vanilla action. And that puree is definitely a lovely situation. Mostly the vanilla naturally there, because the puree of the pineapple is the accent. I know it's having trouble staying focused because it's white right there, but very tasty on this. That's so satisfying. It's a vanilla frosty. And I can finally say I have this on my channel, naturally. It's actually more of a frosty milkshake, but you get the idea. The sweetness of that puree is very nicely done. That is really good. A super fun collab with a little extra heightened sweetness in there as well too there. So not very much left here in terms of what I can show you. But obviously you know the deal. You can see it right over there. It's definitely got that pineapple puree in there. Virtually a frosty milkshake for me, but I'm still digging it. Let's just go for one more little quickie on this, and then we'll wrap the review with the rating coming up next. Hang on. Flavorful either way, baby. Flavorful either way. Yeah, this is a pretty tasty combo, with or without that SpongeBob license, guys. I have to say the overall quality of Wendy's is a banging thing in general when it comes to fast food. The fries are nice and crispy, they're nice and hot, the burger is nice and juicy, very fresh, and obviously when you have their signature Frosty, in this case with little pineapple action for a little under the sea, that's a lovely thing indeed. So an easy recommendation to give this one a shot if you haven't already. It's definitely worth your time. Very tasty, and you kind of know what to expect flavor-wise, but I have to admit with that Frosty, the vanilla mixed with a little pineapple is a pretty banging thing in general. Yeah, definitely a fun situation celebrating good old SpongeBob SquarePants over here at Wendy's, guys. A lot of fun. I'm totally digging the sticker collection this comes with here. It's a nice little add-on to the meal itself, and just overall it's kind of fun. So with that said, and based upon my initial impressions and overall experience with this one today, I'm gonna have to give the Krabby Patty collab over here at Wendy's a rockin' 10 out of 10. Guys, there's really nothing wrong with this one that I can really point out to you. I mean, it's the classic Dave single, naturally, with a little extra zip that I'm getting from that sauce on there. A little bit more of a heightened Thousand Island with a little bit of sweetness, maybe a little bit of sizzle, if anything there. But it's very, very tasty overall, almost like a burger sauce. It's got something a little extra. But the real highlight with this one, outside of the juiciness and the freshness, outside of those fries as well being crispy, is that pineapple under the sea Frosty. You gotta love the classic vanilla flavor. My first time actually checking it out, believe it or not, here on the channel. Mixing it with a little pineapple puree is a lovely thing indeed. So just getting these separately is still a good value, but I have to admit, getting them all together and having it all together, that's pretty awesome. I would highly recommend you do so if you haven't already. Alright, so do me a quick favor like always, drop those comments down below. What did you guys think of the Krabby Patty collab over here at Wendy's? Is it one of the funnest promos that you've seen Wendy's come out with yet, considering the license for what it is? I mean, I know the Rick and Morty situation from back in the day was fun as well. Take a look at that thumbnail jumping up on your screen, as well as the link to that review. That was definitely a fun time, but what do you think of this particular option, and how much are you a fan of SpongeBob SquarePants? Do me a quick favor and drop those comments down below, and with that, it's your boy Ian K closing out another high quality foodie feature for you here on Peep This Out Reviews, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel, so why stay tuned for that next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Hey guys, I'd like to take a quick moment to thank all of our YouTube channel members and Patreon supporters. Guys, thank you so very much for your monthly contribution to the channel. It's because of your direct support that the channel continues to grow, and you really do help me to keep delivering the content that you want to see. I couldn't do it without you, and I seriously appreciate the love and support. Thanks again for all you do and for being such a big part of our positive community here on the platform. Hey, thanks for checking out this review, guys. But just in case you didn't see the one I did before this one, you can find it right up over here, along with what I think YouTube's gonna recommend for you to check out as well. As always, I think you'll find something to like in both of them, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. See ya.